Hi there and welcome back to Interior Designer Plays. Today we are building something I don't do very often. We are building a restaurant in one of the lots on San Myshuno in the Uptown area. And I think this build turned out fine. It's part of my Let's Play, my private save game, where I built the apartment for in the previous video. I will link it in the top right corner. And so for New Year's, New Year's Eve, I decided to build this extremely fancy, minimalistic restaurant on top of this enormous skyscraper building in the Uptown district. And there is space for, I believe, 27 people to eat without the bar area outside, and then you can host up to, well, no, let's not say host, you can sit up to 47 people throughout the whole restaurant. And so yeah, as we can see, the build is slowly taking shape. I wanted to work with these overhanging roofs to create a to make these walls look higher, because I think they stop a bit too abruptly with these big windows where the shading engine does absolutely not work. Yeah. So I then lifted it up, put then this grass on there to give it this really lush, expensive feeling. Also this a bit of ecologically responsible feeling. And then of course I could not stand it that it was floating so much. You can build up to a certain point as an architect. We can build up to a certain point that a certain part is floating, but this would have been too much for us to, for this construction to bear such an entire roof. And then we have this very was simple in a way, bathrooms, very minimalistic, very dark, everything, the inside is very dark. This beautiful marble flooring worked for this New Year's vibe that I was going for. And then also the food, as you will see, or if you want to download it, is experimental. So it's this minimalistic, experimental vibe, these places that are completely hot and up and coming, but then when you're actually there you think, well, what was all the fuss about, and why am I paying a 500 simoleon bill actually for a bit of strange service and strange food. But yeah, no, this build is important. In my Let's Play, they both got a promotion on the day before New Year's, and so they wanted to celebrate it, and then I thought, okay, I'll build a lot for them because I don't particularly like the bar that's there. And there are no restaurants in San Myshuno, logically, but I wanted to have this very expensive, very upscale restaurant. And you can also see this already in the kitchen. There are 2 cooking stations. It's very sleek, a lot of metal, clean surfaces, clean vibe, a presentation table in the middle where then, well, sadly enough they don't do it, but where the cooks could put the food ready to be taken out, or some of the help cooks could prepare chopped food or whatever. And then these very big, impressive lights that create a very nice shine, very local, but enough to keep you, to help you work efficiently. And then I went with these San Myshuno couches there in this loungy area in front of the toilets, because there are only 2 toilets, so gender neutral toilets I made them, but then people also really actually have to wait. And I avoided, and I think it worked out, no custom content in this complete build, which is a change. Well, this whole build is actually a change. I normally don't build restaurants or community lots. I don't spend enough time on them. And then when I'm there, I always think, what is this? What's all the fuss about? Well, basically upscale restaurants, but fine. So there's a very limited amount of tables, as you will be able to see, with some tables being ready for 6, some for 4, and certainly those tables, I would think they're the more expensive tables, and then the tables they're more in the hallway are more the cheaper tables. Are the tables in the expensive tables are separated by some bushes, by some shrubs, to give this very exclusivity feeling. I would also imagine they have their own waiter waiting on them. As you can see, they have an own waiting table for that area alone. And then of course in a place like this there should be some wine cabinets or wine fridges. And then this is what the name of the place will also be, this white tree that you just saw that I put on the side. I called the place the White Tree because I would think that they have this, well, they have to find a name for this place, and then this would have been the perfect, well, the perfect way to go, because they have this white tree with lights in it, and you can see it from down, so everybody would know when you're in the White Tree, okay, it's quite fancy place up there. So yeah, so here you can see we had space for 27, and now with the bar area that we're putting in now, I think it goes up to 47, but to a lot, too much to actually handle. And then I worked also, as you can see, well, as you could see in the previous shots, with these floor to ceiling halfway hanging lights that to me look a bit like falling rain, or like a snowy atmosphere, which you will see in the screenshots. Actually looks quite nice. I was a bit surprised by this because yeah, but you have all the green grass and all these things. So how would it look when there's snow falling outside? So I can tell you, it looked quite good, and it really gave the atmosphere that I wanted it to give off, and I used it and went even back afterwards, which is, as I said, don't have the fastest computer, and traveling takes a lot of time, so I normally limit myself to my own lots. And then I wanted to here make this this courtyard feeling, but then I thought, okay, I have seasons installed, I will not put a palm tree there, it will look ridiculous if there's snow on the palm tree. And then I thought, okay, let's go for something lush, something colorful. And then I thought this absolutely does not match the place. And then I wanted to put in a pond, but this then did not work, of course, because we're in an apartment building. And I then put these little fountain thingies there and created this feeling that this room and this water would run on this marble there, on this bassin. And then in here I'm putting in, let's call them privacy screens. Also very minimal, very abstract, and ties in quite nice with the surroundings, brings a bit of the outside inside and a bit of the inside outside. So this, I think this links very well the build with the intention that I had architecture-wise. And yeah, I will change a few more things in a moment, but yeah, there's this fence now coming, of which I'm not too sure, but again out of a structural point of view, but then also a bit a sim point of view. I didn't want Sims to be able to walk around to the outside edge and stand in front of the windows having a talk whilst my Sims are going to the bathroom. So I lock this off, and then here I create this, what I described earlier, this falling snow vibe. Yeah, and it works out very well, looks very nice in the screenshots, and this minimalistic vibe ties in very well with our Sunday build, which you will probably be able to find in the playlist that I will link now in the top hand corner. It's the Asian infused build, also abstract, also moving with this simplicity vibe, which the Sims of course do not like particularly much. They like artworks, but yeah, I would say it's time for the screenshots. Enjoy my restaurant build and enjoy my Sims New Year's Eve pictures, and let me know what you think, and I will see you again soon. Bye!